What if I told you that long form content, I'm talking like 30 plus minutes, takes less time to record, edit, and publish than short form content? And I'm talking under 30 seconds, right? So how could a 30-minute video take less time than a 30-second video? See, I hear a lot of people say that they're too busy or that they don't have the time for social media. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about short form versus long form content. How much time should each of them be taking? Which one is better for you in 2026? And how to break free from what I call the social media rat race. So let's get right into this. So again, just to define like short form content for the purpose of this video, we're just going to say any vertical video that you're recording that's under 30 seconds. And when I say long form video, I'm talking about any like horizontal, like YouTube style video, like 30 minutes plus, just for the purpose of this video. So we're all on the same page. So let's get right into it. So remember about 4 years ago, back in 2022, I was recording a ton of reels for my podcast, or at the time when I was focused as a real estate agent on real estate and the market. I remember this one time. Now, for those of you who are new to real estate or don't remember, around this time period in mid 2022, interest rates were still below 3%, which is like unheard of. Like those are unprecedented rates. Like no one has ever seen mortgage rates that low ever. And the Fed, this is when the pandemic started to like, fizzle out a little bit. The world was kind of getting back to normal. The Fed increased the rates to over 3% for the first time in years since the pandemic started. I remember around that time, I made a quick little video on Instagram, and I think my caption was like, I was lip syncing some song or some audio, and my caption was like, when you waited until to buy a home and now interest rates are above 3% or something like that, or when you missed this, I forget what I was talking about. Pretty much something about the 2% interest rates and how you missed out if you didn't buy a home. That video had gotten over 40,000 views. I got hundreds of likes, comments, tons of engagement. And guess how many leads I got from that video? 0. Not a single one. And I spent hours trying to research, okay, which audios are gonna blow up? Because for those who don't know, usually TikTok has like the trends, and then weeks later, Instagram will follow up and it'll catch up to everything. But I would be spending so much time trying to research, okay, which trending audios are gonna blow up? How can I get on them on Instagram before it's too late, or before it takes off too much on TikTok? Like I was doing all this work trying to make these little videos, and I would record them. Then I had to make sure I had the lip sync. I had to make sure my lips matched with the audio. I had to record countless times. I had to edit the video, and then finally post it. I spent hours making that video, and again, it generated a lot of vanity for me, but it did absolutely nothing for my business. And this is why I want to talk about the social media rat race. See, most people, when they think of the rat race, they're thinking of living paycheck to paycheck. They're thinking of money, right? A lot of people don't have enough money at the end of the month, right? They have more month than they have money to last it. And how do you break free from the financial rat race? Well, you start saving, you start investing, you start being wiser with your money, right? And after a while, that money that you save and invest starts to compound, starts to grow, starts to build. And eventually, the money that you invested will be making enough money on its own to support your lifestyle without you having to put in any more active work. And after you do that for a long enough period of time, depending on how much you're investing, yada, 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 it's not financial advice, whatever, you'll be able to be work optional, right? A lot of people are living the same exact way with their content creation, with their social media, with their marketing. So let me break this down. What do I mean by the social media rat race? See, a lot of people, they have to show up every day to record videos. The moment they stop showing up, videos stop getting recorded, and meaning videos stop getting published, meaning they become invisible. People forget who they are. People forget why they should work with them. And that's because every day they have to record. They don't have anything saved up in their content bank, right? They don't have anything saved in their content bank. So they're constantly on this hamster wheel of having to record more videos, record more videos, record more videos, record more videos. And this is why so many people think that social media takes up so much time. It's because they've been trained to do it the wrong way for so long. They don't know that there's other alternatives out there, right? Now, what do I mean by content bank? Like, how do you start saving up content? Well, how many videos? See, a good definition of wealth, right? Riches is how much money you have. A good definition of wealth, not the only definition, but a good one, is how long could your resources to go on for without adding anything else for. So let's say you can go on a year without having to work or make any extra money. You're a fairly decent wealthy person. The average American can't afford a $500 emergency expense. So like if you can go a year with all your expenses covered, you're relatively well out. Let's say you can go a generation without having to work again. Now you're like super ultra wealthy, right? Same thing with your content bank. How long can you go without having to record another video? Right? If you have to record every single day, you are not content wealthy, right? You are content poor. But let's say you can go 3 months, right, without having to record a new video. Now you have a lot of breathing room. Now, for those of you who don't think that this is a possibility, right, I have a podcast. It's a purpose project of mine. I don't really use it at all. Not that I don't really use it. I don't use it, period, for my business. It's a passion project, purpose project, I like to call it. But I have 320 something podcast episode published. I still have access to almost all of my episode recordings, the original raw files. If I were to go and take all those pieces of all those podcast episodes and put it into some AI software to turn it into clips. Let's say each interview, I'm gonna be super conservative. Each interview is or episode is 30 minutes on average. Most of them are closer to an hour, but let's just say 30 minutes. I'll get, let's say, 7 clips for each podcast episode. You do the math, 7 times 300, I have 2,100 clips at 1 video a day, 1 clip a day. And if I have 2,100, there's about 364 days in a year. Let's just say 360. Let's do some quick math. 360, where's my phone at? When the 2,100 divided by 365, divided by 365. That means I could post 1 reel a day for the next 5.75 years. So 5 years and 9 months, pretty much. 5 years and 9 months. One would say I'm extremely content wealthy. I'm sitting on loads of content, more content than I could probably do with that podcast. Now again, it's not the main focus, so I'm not doing much with it outside of just uploading my episodes. But if I wanted to, the option is there, right? That's the same thing with, escaping the rat race. It's not saying to just be quit your job and be a couch potato the rest of your life. No, it's saying you have the option to decide what you want to do. Same thing with content creation. When you start going all in on breaking free from the social media rat race, you're going to start building up your content bank, and then you'll be able to go weeks, months without recording again because you have content saved up and, more importantly, scheduled out to post. And that's when social media starts to feel like it's autopilot. That's when social media starts to feel like it's not taking up a lot of time, when you have the right system in place. So I'm going to share how you can actually start repurposing content. That is the solution. That's how you break free from the social media rat race. Repurposing content. And the reason why repurposing content is so important is because you get leverage. Now, what does leverage mean? Again, I'm big on defining things so we can all be on the same page. So here's what leverage means to me. Leverage is getting a bigger output from the same or less input by using things at scale like people, capital, systems, code, content, and distribution, right? So you're getting a bigger output from the same or less input, right? Using things at scale like people, content, whatever, right? So you're getting more for less, right? Or more for the same. That's what leverage is. Now, I'm going to share my screen really quickly, right? Let's do a quick screen share. And I'm going to break down how you can start breaking free from the social media rat race where you're not on the hamster wheel of having to record every single day. So right now, right, the first step to break free from the social media rat race is to pick a time each week and dedicate yourself to that time. Pick one time. It doesn't matter what time it is, right? It could be Monday at 7:30 p.m. It could be Thursday at 8:36 a.m. It doesn't matter what time, but look at your calendar and what's a day and time period that you usually have free, right? And if you don't have any day, and again, it doesn't have to be every single day, just one day a week, right? 30 minutes, where can you block it out? And make sure it's the same. If you're on Google Calendar, you can set up a recurring event. Set it up for every week, same time period, right? This is going to be your commitment, 30 minutes per week. If you can't commit 30 minutes per week, right, you don't want it bad enough. And if that's you, that is okay. I hope that I gave you awareness to realize that you don't want it that much. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm not here to convince you to start using social media. This is more so for those who are already using social media or want to use social media, but are stumped with, hey, I'm busy. I have a full schedule. I have a full calendar. Okay, 30 minutes. That's all you need. So 2 hours a month, right? And if you can't commit to 30 minutes a week, commit to 1 hour every other week. But 2 hours a month is what I'm asking of you. The first step to break free from the social media rat race is once you find that time, the next step is at that time period, you're just going to go live, right? Going to go live. Like what I'm doing right now. Today, right now, it is 8:15 a.m. on Tuesday, February 17th. I am currently live to LinkedIn and Facebook, right? Teaching about social media marketing, content creation, the things I know best. So if you see my screen really quickly, so you're gonna go one right here. Oh, this is a little thin. Hold on, give me a second. Let's see. All right, one, boom. Now, right now, I've been live for about 12 minutes. I don't have a set goal for how long this live is, but I'm going to go for as long as I need to get my point across. Let's say that ends up being 30 minutes. This one long form piece of content each week, right? This live stream is now going to, I'm going to just put T for TikTok and L for LinkedIn. So right now I'm currently live on 2 separate platforms while I'm recording this video that you're watching, right? This is all you need to commit to start, right? Once you get in the rhythm of each week recording one 30-minute video on, let's say, whatever topic you want to talk about. Now, if you ask me, hey, John, what should I talk about? What does my audience want to know? Ask your audience, right? I made a whole video talking about how to come up with content ideas, so I'm not going to deep dive into that here. But you have been hopefully in business for a while now. Share some of the stuff that you've learned. Share some of the stories that you've known. Here's a quick little secret to making your content go longer. Share stories. Before you just give all the facts, share a story for each point that you want to make. If you can do that, you'll start to naturally expand your content, right? You'll start to naturally go on for longer lengths. And here's the cool thing. Facts tell, stories sell. All right, so the more stories you tell, the better you'll be at getting your ideas across, the better you'll be at converting people, the better you'll be at sales, the better you'll be at pretty much all forms of communication if you just can master storytelling. So that's a topic for another day. But anyways, I'm going live right now to TikTok and LinkedIn. So that's 2 at-bats right there, 2 chances for people to potentially see me and absorb the content and be like, okay, John, this is a cool guy, right? This is a cool guy. Now, this one video, once you master this step, I'm going live right now. I'm going to take this one video, right? And then I'm going to upload this to YouTube, right? I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So now I have one live stream going to 2 separate platforms. I take the recording of the live stream and then I upload the recording to YouTube. Now I have 3 potential at-bats. Now the cool thing about live streams is that they're there in the moment. People can watch me live while I'm teaching. But with YouTube, the content is evergreen. So even if someone doesn't watch me today, if I title and package it correctly, they could watch it tomorrow. They could watch it next week, next month, next year, 5 years from now. I looked up a video on how to fix your flat tire. The oldest one I saw was 17 years ago. It had millions of views. How to fix a flat tire. Right? So if you're making videos on topics that are here today and still here tomorrow, for example, how to buy a home, right? There's always going to be someone who's never bought a home before that is going to want to learn what steps are necessary to buy a home, right? So that is a good topic that you know it's going to be evergreen. Now, not everything in real estate is evergreen. There's some things that are like the market of the moment, right? Some things are in the moment and you have to do a quick update. Cool, right? But for this strategy I'm teaching, you pick a topic that you know people generally struggle with. Like, what are your most frequently asked questions? What are your most common objections? What are the most common misbeliefs or misconceptions that people have that are holding them back from getting the results they want? Right? Whether it's buying that house or selling that house, or maybe getting their first investment property or the next investment property, or a fix and flip, you name it. Right? So once you master this once a week just live streaming, the good thing about live streaming is that you don't have to edit. How you record is how you show up. So that takes out 2 entire steps in the content creation process. You no longer have to worry about editing because it's live, and you don't have to worry about posting because you're live. So if you are super busy and you are on a time constraint and you don't want to or have the extra space in your calendar to prioritize social media, live streaming is your best bet. Because again, you don't have to edit, you don't have to post. It's already doing it for you. Then from there, as you get more time, you get more comfortable, then you're gonna take the video from the live stream, the recording, you're gonna upload that to YouTube. Boom. So now you have 3 potential at-bats here, right? From there, once you take the YouTube video, right, the next step, right, we got boom, right, we got another one here. That's an ugly one. I'm so sorry. And then we got another one right here. All right, more. What's this? We have one blog, right? Why are blogs important? Because blogs can go on your, let's see, we're gonna put W here for website. And guess what? Now you can start getting SEO, right? SEO. So you can do from your video, take out the transcript of that video, and you can use that to inspire you on a blog. Now your blog could be very simple. It could just be a quick blurb and say, hey, if you want more details, go watch my video. That's what I do, right? So my blogs are just pointing back to my YouTube content, right? Or you can just use the blog and upload the transcript into ChatGPT. Hey, can you help me write a blog with about this video I made? I just talked about, right? So now you have a blog post. So now you have video content, and you're also now you have written content. So now not only are you posting on different platforms, but you're posting in different mediums, right? Not everyone likes to watch. Not everyone likes to read. Now you're giving people an option to consume your information in a way that best suits them, in a way that's most convenient for them, meaning they're gonna be a lot more likely to actually consume the information because now they can consume it in their preferred method, right? Plus on top of that, you're posting this on your website, and now you're starting to build SEO, which is super important, especially as realtors, because we have local businesses. People are looking you up on Google all the time. People are searching you before they ever work with you, right? You're a local service-based business owner. That's what you are as a real estate agent. People are going to be searching you up. When they search you up, is anything actually even popping up? This is going to be super helpful because then they'll be able to say, oh my goodness, look how educated they are. Look how knowledgeable they are. They're over here talking about things that I need help with. Boom. The next thing, right? After we do the blog post, guess what? We can do a newsletter, right? We can do a newsletter. How? A blog and a newsletter are pretty much the same exact thing. So literally just copy and paste your newsletter, your blog as your newsletter. And this, guess where this goes? Your email list. Now here's a cool thing about email list. On Instagram, let's say I have 1,000 followers. Maybe I post a video. Maybe it gets put in front of 30% of my audience. Maybe, let's say. So of the 1,000, maybe 300 even get the chance to watch it. Now again, it'll be very arrogant of us to believe that everyone who sees our content is just gonna watch our content, right? So let's say of the 300, maybe 30 actually watch the video in its entirety. All right, so of that 1,000, maybe 30. Well, on the flip side, email list, let's say you have 1,000 people on your email list, right? If you send out one email, that gets sent out to all 1,000 people, right? So your deliverability is way better if you're focusing on email marketing versus content marketing, right? Now, again, I'm not saying content is bad. I'm just saying emails where the money's at. This is why when you go on any of your favorite websites, for those men, right, go on, just do a quick experiment. Sign up for a Sephora email list, or sign up for a Fenty or Fashion Nova email list, and watch how they blast you. Why do they do this? Because they know emails where the money's at, right? We're trained to scroll on social media. We're trained to buy via email. And so email is super important. So again, of the 1,000 people that you send an email to, you're getting 1,000 people to watch it. So again, if you post that same Instagram reel, maybe 300 it gets put in front of, maybe. So now just by doing email, your deliverability more than 3x's, right? Now, here's the next good thing about email. All 1,000 people get it. If you have, especially let's say you have a smaller email list, like 1,000, you usually have a healthier list, assuming you didn't buy it and you actually grew it from scratch, right? Let's say 50% of your people actually open it, right? Compared to the 30% of people who actually watch your Instagram reel. The 30 people that watch your Instagram reel, right? So 30 versus 500. You're getting way more at-bats, right? You're gonna get a way better chance for people to actually see and consume your stuff. And then here's the last cool part, right? Here's the last cool part here. You can take the audio from the video and do a podcast, right? What's a podcast? Literally just slap an intro and outro to the back and front of the audio. That is all you need. So the exact same YouTube video that I'm teaching right now, I'm going to add my intro and outro, and then boom, that's going on to the podcast platforms, right? And the cool thing about podcasts is like most don't need to be edited, right? Maybe like the audio leveling, cool or whatever. But aside from that, all you need to do is just add your intro. And your intro, my intro is super straightforward. Is, hey, welcome to the Mr. Mendez Show. It's your host, Mr. Mendez, or John, aka Mr. Mendez, aka Mr. Stop and Stare, just don't touch their hair. Thank you for being here. Let's get right into the episode. It's like 10 seconds long, maybe like 8 seconds long, right? Super quick. My outro is, hey, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. If you found this valuable, each month I hope a live 5-day group coaching cohort where I help you implement things like this into your business. We go real in depth, whatever. If you're interested, make sure to click the link below to save your spot. Spots are limited. Boom, right? Quick, and it's the same intro, the same outro every video or every episode. So you don't overcomplicate it. But boom, so from this one live stream that I'm doing every week, right? That then gets turned into one YouTube video, right? That then gets turned into one blog post to go on my website so I can get SEO. That turns to one email, right? So I send out to my list. And then it gets turned into one podcast, right? And now here's the cool thing about podcasts, right? They go on Apple, right? It's A for Apple, right? They go on Spotify, right? And they go on, depending on which platform you use, maybe another like 18 or so this podcast like listening apps, 18 plus listening apps. So now I'm on TikTok, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube, my website, my email, Apple, Spotify, right? And then 18 others, so 6 or 7 plus 18, we're at 24 right now. So we're on 24 different platforms. On top of that, right? On top of that, we have 3 different mediums of content. We have video, audio, and written. So it doesn't matter whether you like to read, you like to watch or listen, you can consume my content in whatever medium most conveniences you. So I'm getting way more at bats. And this is the craziest part right here. You can take this one video and you can get 7 clips from it. If you go for about 30-ish or so minutes, you can get roughly like 7 clips, right? So especially if they're shorter clips, right? And these clips, right, can go on Instagram, right? Instagram. These clips can go on TikTok. These clips can go on LinkedIn. These clips can go on Facebook, right? These clips can go on YouTube Shorts, right? They can go to all the different platforms. And like most people would see this and be like, John, there's no way you can do that. And it's like, when you focus on long form content, this is why leverage is so important. We're going to spend the same time recording my 30-minute video as you record your 30-second video by the time it's all said and done. You're going to be able to take that 30-second video and maybe repost it on other platforms. That's about it. I'm going to be taking my one 30-minute video. I'm going to be live streaming it, right? So people can watch me live. I'm going to be posting it to YouTube. I'm going to be taking the transcript. I'm going to be making a blog post. I'm going to have a newsletter sent out to my list. I'm going to have a podcast episode sent out, right, to all the distribution platforms. I'm going to have reels going on social media, right? All of these things all stem from one video. Now, here's the craziest part, right? If you do this once a week, this will start to compound, right? This will start to compound more and more. And then your content bank will get saved bigger and bigger. And let's say, right now I'm recording a video today. After this, I'm recording another video. But the reason why I haven't recorded in the past 3 weeks is because a few weeks ago, last month, I just batch recorded a bunch of video. And that, for me, that built up my content bank long enough where I had the option to record whether I wanted to or not, right? All because I'm focusing all in on long form content. Now, if you need any more reason as to why long form content is so much more valuable, aside from all the different ways you can repurpose it, I'm going to share something really quickly called the 7-11-4 rule, right? 7-11-4 rule. Which the 7-11-4 rule states, right? In order for people to go from stranger to buyer, right? Put the money sign up. Oh, that was awful money sign. Yeah, hideous. There we go. Cha-ching. In order to go from stranger to buyer, they have to consume 7 hours worth of content through 11 different touch points across 4 different platforms, right? 7 hours worth of content, 11 different touch points, 4 different platforms. If you were to try to consume 7 hours of worth of content going the short form route, let's go short, right? 7 hours, it would take you, if I'm not mistaken, 840 videos. Let me double check right now. 7 times 60 divided by, let's say 30. About, yeah, something like that. Let's say 30 times 840. Divide that by 60. Divide that by 60. Yep. So 840 reels just to get to 7 hours worth of content. Versus long form content, if you want to get to 7 hours, it would take you 14 videos, right? So you have to ask yourself, do you want to sit and record 840 videos, or do you want to record 14? Just for a little bit of context, I've been recording and uploading videos consistently on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, since 2022, and I still have less than 750 videos uploaded. Whereas my YouTube channel, I've been on and off until like this year. The past 3 months I've been like really locked in. But like for the past few years, I've been on and off my YouTube channel. And I have over, I think I want to say, not including shorts, over I want to say like 25, 30 videos. So if someone wanted to right now, they could binge watch my content and they could hit that 7 hours, right? And you will never get to the 7 hour mark on the content rat race, on the social media rat race, focusing on long form content. This is bad. You don't want to do this. You want to go all in on long form because it'll allow you to get to this 7 hours a lot easier. Look at this, 14 videos versus 840. On top of that, right, there's a saying I love, right? It's immersion creates conversion. The more time people can hang out with you, the more time they can decide for themselves whether or not they want to do business with you. And if they do, they're going to love you. And if they don't, they're going to hate you. But either way, they're going to have a decision, right? Our job of sales is not to persuade, it's to help people decide. And so they can consume your content. If they love you, they're going to reach out to you and they're going to be banging down your doors for you to work with them. On top of that, the last thing I want to end off with, right? The reason why long form content is so important, I want you to remember this acronym right here, right? This acronym is of the utmost importance. In real estate, people hire the first or second realtor that they interview. So if you're not coming to mind, it's super important that you realize you're probably going to be losing out on almost every listing or buyer opportunity that you probably never come across because you're probably, it was too late before. By the time you find out about these opportunities, they're not even opportunities anymore. TOMA, what does that stand for? Top of mind awareness, right? Top of mind awareness. If I'm on TikTok live streaming, LinkedIn live streaming simultaneously, if I'm on YouTube, if I'm posting stuff on my website, if I'm sending stuff to my email, if I'm posting podcasts, if I'm on all the different platforms posting clips every single week, right? It's going to be a lot easier for me to stay top of mind versus someone who isn't. In real estate, the average person talks about the, what? The 36 touch campaign. This is how people stay top of mind. 36 touches through the span of 12 months. Losers. Let's do the math here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Plus 7, 12. And that's going every single week. So 12 times 52 is 624. So while most people are trying to do this stupid 36 touch campaign, just with social media alone, you're doing 624 touches potentially, right? Then you can add on your quarterly, client appreciation event. Then you can add on your blessing baskets. Then you can add on your pie giveaways. Then you can add on your quarterly care call. Then you can add on all that stuff, right? And once you add on that stuff, you're really gonna be looking at more like 650 touches in a year once you add in all the extra stuff. So if someone only hears from you or sees you or consumes your stuff 36 times through the year versus 650 times through the year, which one is going to be more likely to stay top of mind? Which person? I'll let you decide. It's pretty straightforward, right? This person. So to wrap up this video, right? I want you all to know long form content is going to be the best bang for your buck if you are busy, if you don't have time, if you don't really care to be on social media all that much. This is going to be the strategy for you. Once a week, pick a time and just go live at that specific time. From there, once you go live, take that video, upload it to YouTube. Take the transcript, turn it into a blog and a newsletter. Take the audio, upload that as a podcast. Take the video and then cut that into clips using AI. And then you're going to be posting so much more content. Then you'll find another problem, which is I have too much content that I'm sitting on. How can I post it? Which will be another topic for another video. But if you love this video, I went a lot deeper into my specific strategy, right? I show you how to stay top of mind in 2026. So if you want, again, a refresher, make sure to go watch that video and I'll see you in the next one.